The lobby of Snow Ridge Ski Resort glittered with Christmas decorations. Massive Douglas fir trees towered along both sides of the hall, their branches wrapped in warm lights. The entrance sparkled with gold and crystal ornaments. A string quartet played soft Christmas melodies beside a marble fireplace, their music echoing gently through the vast room. Floor-to-ceiling windows revealed fresh snow covering the mountain peaks of Colorado. The entire valley looked like something from a winter postcard. I had arrived first. I stood near the window watching families check in, dragging expensive suitcases and ski equipment behind them. The resort was completely booked for the holidays, just like it was every year. Maya! My father's voice echoed across the lobby. I turned as my family walked through the main doors. Dad wore his camel-colored wool coat, looking proud as always. Mom followed beside him in fur-trimmed boots. My brother Derek walked behind them with his wife Amanda. Their two kids ran excitedly across the marble floor. My sister Vanessa came last, already holding her phone up and recording everything. "Well, look at that," Vanessa said, kissing the air beside my cheek instead of actually hugging me. "You really came." "Of course I did," I said calmly. "Merry Christmas." "I thought you might cancel," Mom said with a small laugh. Dad had already stepped toward the front desk. "Reservation under Thompson," he announced confidently. "We have a family lodge reserved." The receptionist smiled professionally. "Yes, Mr. Thompson. Everything is ready. And I should mention that your booking has been upgraded to our presidential lodge." Dad's chest lifted slightly with pride. "We are platinum members across several resort networks," he said proudly. Mom stood beside him, smiling like this was completely expected. Vanessa stepped closer to me, glancing down at my clothes. "How long are you staying?" she asked. "Until New Year's." Her eyebrows shot up. "That's quite a stay." She lowered her voice. "Do you have any idea how expensive this place is?" "I'm aware." Derek calculated it. She continued. "Holiday pricing here starts at about $2,000 per night." "That's a lot." Her eyes scanned me from head to toe. "My simple jeans. My North Face jacket. How exactly can you afford this?" she asked. "I manage." "Manage?" Vanessa laughed quietly. "Maya, you teach art at a public elementary school." She tilted her head. "You drive that old Subaru and live in a tiny apartment." Amanda called her from across the lobby. "Vanessa, come look at the gift shop. They have those scarves I wanted." Vanessa walked away, still shaking her head. Derek stepped toward me. "Hey sis," he said warmly. "Good to see you." "You too." He lowered his voice. "Listen, if you need help covering the trip, I can help." I raised an eyebrow. "Help?" He nodded. "No judgment. Teaching doesn't exactly pay much. Amanda and I had an incredible year at the investment firm." He smiled slightly. "My bonus alone was $340,000. He squeezed my shoulder. "Family helps family." Before I could answer, Dad's voice suddenly rang across the lobby. "This place costs $2,000 a night." He was staring directly at me now. "How are you even affording this?" Conversations around us slowly stopped. Several guests turned their heads. Even the string quartet faltered mid-note. Mom rushed over quickly. "Richard, lower your voice." "No," Dad said firmly. "This is ridiculous." He walked toward me. Derek and Vanessa followed. "Maya," Dad said, "be honest. Did you put this on a credit card?" "I'm not in debt." "Then how?" He demanded. "You're a teacher. You live in a small apartment in Denver. You told us you had student loans." "I had student loans," I corrected. Vanessa crossed her arms. "There's no shame in admitting you can't afford luxury vacations," she said. "Maybe you should just join us for Christmas dinner instead of staying here. That would save you money." "I appreciate the concern," I replied calmly. "But I'm fine." "You're not fine," Dad insisted. "You're living beyond your means." And then a smooth voice interrupted. "Miss Thompson." Everyone turned. A man in a tailored suit approached us. Behind him, an attendant carried a bottle of Dom Perignon in a silver ice bucket. The man smiled warmly. "Miss Thompson, welcome back." Dad frowned. "I believe there's been a mistake," he said. "This is my daughter, Maya." "Maya Thompson," the man replied politely. He extended his hand toward me. "Gregory Sullivan, General Manager." I shook his hand. "Nice to finally meet you, Gregory." He gestured toward the champagne. Compliments of the owner, as usual. The lobby had gone completely silent, and I wanted to confirm. He continued, "Should we prepare your penthouse suite? Or would you prefer to stay closer to your family in one of the lodges?" Absolute silence followed. Dad's face went pale. Vanessa nearly dropped her phone. "The penthouse is fine," I said quietly. "Excellent," Gregory replied. He turned politely toward my family. "You must be the Thompsons. Miss Thompson mentioned you would be visiting. I've also upgraded your accommodations to the Presidential Lodge." Compliments of ownership. Dad's voice cracked. "Ownership." Gregory smiled politely. "So Miss Thompson owns Snow Ridge Resort." He paused. "And the rest of the Cascade Mountain Resort collection. I report directly to her." You could have heard a pin drop. Mom whispered weakly, "There must be some mistake." "Maya is a teacher." "I do teach," I said. "2 mornings a week. I volunteer." Vanessa stared at me. "You volunteer?" Gregory glanced at his tablet. "Miss Thompson, the architect sent the final designs for the new spa complex. Should I send them to your email?" "Yes, that's fine." "And the Jackson Hole property requested approval for the kitchen renovation. I'll review it this week." As Gregory walked away, my family stood frozen. Dad spoke first. "You own this resort?" "This one and several others," I said. "Across Colorado, Utah, and Montana." Derek was already scrolling through his phone. Hold on, his eyes widened. "Maya, you're listed as founder and CEO of Cascade Mountain Resorts." Amanda grabbed the phone. "This article says the company is worth nearly $1 billion. I shrugged slightly. "It's grown a bit," Vanessa whispered. "But you drive a Subaru." "I like my Subaru." "You dress like a teacher." "I am a teacher." Mom looked completely stunned. "You said your apartment was all you could afford." I said it was perfect for what I needed. "I also own a house in Aspen," I added gently. Dad sank slowly into a chair. "All this time you thought I was struggling," I finished. "You assumed that because I didn't fit your idea of success." Derek shook his head. "We could have helped you start the business." "I didn't need help. I worked 3 jobs in college, saved $50,000, bought a failing ski lodge, renovated it myself, and turned it profitable. Then I bought another, and another." Later that evening, we walked through the resort together, past the restaurant where I helped design the menu, past the spa built with sustainable products, past the ski shop that provided free gear to local children. When we reached the Presidential Lodge, the windows revealed the mountains glowing under the sunset. Dad looked at me quietly. "You really love teaching, don't you?" "Yes." "The kids don't care that I own resorts. They care that I show them how to see the world differently." His eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry," he said softly, "for assuming." I smiled gently. I didn't hide anything. I just stopped trying to prove myself. Vanessa finally spoke. "Maya, I owe you an apology. Maybe this will teach you something," I said. "That success doesn't always look the way you expect." My nephew tugged on my sleeve. "Aunt Maya, can we go skiing tomorrow?" I smiled. "Of course." Derek laughed awkwardly. "Free lessons." I looked at him. "Derek, I own the resort." "But that's not the point." "What is the point?" he asked. I looked at my complicated, judgmental, loving family. "The point is that I built this because I wanted people to feel welcome. I don't need you to be impressed. I just need you to understand that I'm happy." And for the first time in years, they finally saw me.